Brennan's recovery may be the one secret that can get him killed, and Nina may be the only person close enough to keep him alive. General Hospital spoilers are pointing toward a dangerous new possibility for Nina Reeves and Jack Brennan. And it is not just about romance, it is about survival, cover stories, and two people who may have to lie convincingly enough to stay ahead of Ross Cullum. Brennan is not simply waking up from a nightmare and returning to his old life. His condition has made him vulnerable, and Cullum already understands how useful that vulnerability can be. The biggest danger is Cullum. He has made it clear that Brennan's situation is not over just because Nina refused to give him another injection. If Brennan had not been trapped in that locked-in state, Cullum suggested he could have ended up at Steinmauer. With someone like Cullum, that threat feels darker than it sounds. The real fear is that Cullum could decide Brennan is easier to erase than control. That is what makes Brennan's recovery so explosive. If Cullum finds out Brennan can move, communicate, and possibly expose what has been done to him, Brennan instantly becomes a threat. But Brennan has another problem. If he keeps pretending to be paralyzed, he has to stay close to the people who want to keep him that way. Cullum knows Drew Kane's medication caused Brennan's ordeal. That means Cullum also knows Brennan would need repeated doses if the locked-in condition is going to continue. If Brennan is sent to Turning Woods, Cullum could have people there ready to inject him again. That is the trap. If Brennan reveals he is better, Cullum may come after him. If Brennan keeps faking, he could be placed somewhere that gives Cullum access to put him right back where he was. Either choice is dangerous. That is where Nina becomes important. Nina has already been spending a suspicious amount of time around Brennan's room. Cullum has noticed. He may not know the full truth about Nina's role or how Brennan was dosed, but he knows enough to be suspicious. Nina is trying to look compassionate and emotionally invested in Brennan's suffering, but the more she shows up, the harder it becomes to explain why Brennan matters so much to her. Ava already questioned Nina about how close she had gotten to Brennan. That alone shows the situation is not invisible. Nina has also struggled to explain what Brennan was doing at her house that night. That detail creates the kind of opening that could destroy her if someone pushes hard enough. So Nina may need a story, not just any story, a story messy enough, emotional enough, and believable enough to explain why she keeps hovering around Brennan. And the most convenient cover may be the one nobody can easily disprove. What if Nina claims Brennan is her secret lover? It would explain the visits, the concern, and why Brennan was at her house. It would also fit with Brennan's split from Carly Spencer. Nina could make it sound as if she and Brennan were keeping their connection hidden while his relationship with Carly was falling apart. But now that Carly and Brennan are no longer together, there is no need to protect the secret anymore. That kind of lie would not just be dramatic, it would be useful. It gives Nina a reason to fight for Brennan's care, reject Turning Woods, and insist he should not be left vulnerable in a facility where Cullum could reach him. And if Brennan can only communicate through small signs in public, even that could help the act. A blink at the right moment, a silent answer when Nina needs him to agree, a helpless image for anyone watching. Together, they could create a performance that looks emotional enough to be real and desperate enough to be believed. Every fake relationship on General Hospital carries two risks. Someone may see through it, or the lie may start feeling less fake than either person expected. And if Nina brings Brennan home, the cover story could become much more than a simple excuse. Once Brennan is under Nina's roof, the entire game could change. Instead of being trapped at Turning Woods, where Cullum may have access to him, Brennan could have room to recover, think, and secretly move around. In public, he could continue pretending to be locked in whenever visitors arrive. Behind closed doors, he and Nina could compare information, watch for threats, and plan their next move. That would give Brennan space away from the people trying to control his body and his future. It could also give Nina a new kind of power. Nina is not just a bystander in this mess. She has her own pressure points, especially when it comes to Willow Kane. If Cullum pushes her, Nina may decide to use what she knows as leverage. The spoiler possibility here is that Nina could come clean about knowing exactly what Willow is doing to Drew. But even that confession could become part of another lie. Nina might insist she will do anything for her daughter. She could claim she is willing to keep giving Brennan the doses if it protects Willow. On the surface, that would make her look desperate and willing to sacrifice Brennan for family loyalty. That is why Cullum might believe it. Nina's fierce loyalty to her daughter is one of the most believable things about her. In reality, Nina and Brennan could be playing a much deeper game. If they convince Cullum that Nina is helping him, then she may get close enough to learn more. Brennan may get time to recover without being drugged again, and behind closed doors, the two of them could work against Cullum and Jen Sidwell, while everyone else thinks Nina is trapped in her own selfish cover story. That fits Nina's history. She is not always honest. She is not always careful, but she can be resourceful when she is cornered. Brennan understands strategy. He understands danger. He knows how powerful people operate when they want control. Together, their strengths could become a serious problem for Cullum and Sidwell, as long as the lie holds. Still, this fake romance would be emotionally complicated from the start. Nina has a long history of making messy choices when love, family, fear, and loyalty collide. Brennan is coming out of a nightmare where his body became a weapon in someone else's hands. That creates an unusual bond. It may begin as survival, but GH has often shown how dangerous circumstances can push people closer before they understand what is happening. That does not mean a real romance is guaranteed. The source only points to the possibility that the fake relationship could lead somewhere deeper, depending on what the writers choose. But the setup raises the question, if Nina and Brennan have to act like lovers, protect each other, and share secrets that could ruin them both, how long before the performance starts to blur? There is also the Carly factor. Brennan's split from Carly makes the fake affair easier to explain, but it does not make it emotionally clean. If Carly hears that Nina has suddenly become Brennan's secret lover, that could stir suspicion, anger, or disbelief. Carly knows Nina well enough to question her motives, and any story connecting Nina to Carly's ex could feel like another provocation, even if it is only a cover. That tension matters because Nina's fake romance may protect Brennan from Cullum, but it could also paint a target on both of them. The more people react, the harder the lie becomes to manage. Ava may keep asking questions. Cullum may test Nina. Sidwell may look for weakness. Carly may not accept the story, and Brennan may still have to perform helplessness when he wants to fight back. That is what makes this potential storyline so addictive. It is not just about whether Nina and Brennan can fool people. It is about how far Nina is willing to go, how long Brennan can stay hidden, and whether their fake romance becomes the shield that saves him or the mistake that exposes them both. Because if Cullum realizes Brennan is truly recovering, the danger could move fast. If he believes Nina is lying, she could become useful in a darker way. And if the people around Nina start pulling at the story, one wrong answer could unravel everything. So now the big question is this: will Nina's fake love story be convincing enough to keep Brennan out of Turning Woods, or will this dangerous cover pull them both deeper into Cullum and Sidwell's trap? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this could become one of General Hospital's most complicated alliances. And if you want daily General Hospital spoilers, recaps, and updates, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss what comes next in Port Charles.